Hello everyone, with me for TVS News, and these are the headlines. BKSS single parent with dependent to get full payment by September 2020. Good news for Ulu Swai. Pandemonium breaks out in Parliament. Eligible single parents with dependents will receive Dear Sarawakku Sayang assistance under head of household by September 2020.
Chief Minister's Department Economic Planning Unit EPU together with the Inland Revenue Board IRB are currently working to verify the status of the single parents, whether they are with or without dependents. As such, single parents without dependents will only receive the BKSS B40 Bachelor Incentive, and the payment for BKSS B40 Head of Household will be terminated. Previously, the Sarawak government has allowed the appeal for the aid to be made via online and has obtained the latest information on Head of Household and B40 Bachelor from the IRB in June 2020. Thus, this has rebutted allegations on the cancelled payment of the BKSS for Head of Household, as single parents with dependents will be paid once the confirmation of status has been made. The unit added the Sarawak government has continued to pay the aid to B40, including additional eligible recipients in July and August, with a total expenditure of 319.92 million ringgit.
In less than 2 years, residents along Ulu Swai Nia, Miri Road will experience a conducive and sustainable economic landscape. In achieving this, a total of 68 million ringgit was been allocated by the state government to upgrade and build better and safe road infrastructure.
Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg said that the road was built using cold-in-place pavement recycling CIPR technology, with chip seal surface dressing the first to be implemented in Sarawak.
Kita mulai jalan tu teknologi baru, jalan pun tegap yang berharga 68 juta. Apabila Tan Sri Dato' Ahmad James jemput masing rakah hal jalan tu, dia bisik dengan saya. Dia kata, we need 68 million to upgrade this road. Kesian dengan orang Ulu Swai, bawa rampak sawit pun susah, jalan pun teruk. Saya kata, Tan Sri James, go ahead sajalah kalau saya cari duit. Ini dia, sudah bawa 68 juta pilot project yang kita buat ke Ulu Swai.
Abang Johari said the position of Jalan Ulu Swai is strategic as it connects the coastal road and Pan Borneo Highway, thus ease the people's movements and to shorten travel time between northern and southern regions.
Ulu Swai, saya fikir tidak jadi Ulu lagi. Kalau jalan sudah buat, I don't think it's Ulu. It's the mid between Bintulu and Miri. Tengah-tengah, mana ada Ulu? Dia dah tengah dah. Jadi jalannya sudah kita sambung antara Coastal Road dengan Pan Borneo Highway. Dan bagaimana tanah boleh buka, kata Tan Sri James, kita boleh buatkan pertanian moden.
He said this in a speech during a work visit of Jalan Ulu Swai Nia Subis Miri on Tuesday. For records, the 19 kilometers road upgrade project, which started since October 25, 2019, is expected to be completed by November 2021. This includes connecting the 300 meters to Kampung Iran directly to the coastal road at the cost of 3 million ringgit.
Meanwhile, the Ulu Swai Road upgrade project was a response to over 3,000 local residents' pleas. Sharing the experience, the locals had to endure uneven road when travelling for over 30 years. The road condition gets worse during rainy days. However, all this will come to an end following the good news received.
Dan pembangunan memang ada dibawakan pada kawasan Swai ini dari peringkat berperingkat, bukan sekaligus. Dan dahulu kita ada satu jalan dari Niah datang ke Kampung Iran. Sudah itu, lepas ada jalan pergi Kampung Iran, kita baru ada jalan satu ke kawasan Ulu Swai. Di kawasan jalan Ulu Swai, dahulu jalan batu saja, pun tidak mungkin tidak memuaskan penduduk kerana jalan selalu rusak, kena selalu repair.
Minta perintah ngagak ya lah, lebannya ngagai sekolah suai satunya kalau bala jai dah. Nah, kami minta tolong bala perintah ngagak jalan yang mana lagi ngagai sekolah suai satu lah. Kami pindah nak tusah nganjuang anak bersekolah dah. Lepas kami nya sekolah ke berat ke kita iban lah. Ngarap ke perintah oleh nyukung ngadu ke jalan kami suai satu lah.
In the same development, the agricultural industry of Ulu Swai were given a boost following the 1.3 million ringgit allocation announced by the Chief Minister. The matter was well received by residents of longhouses and villages in the area, as agriculture has always been their primary source of income.
As such, this is part of the government's initiatives to facilitate those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
We give 100,000 each rumah panjang, that means 900,000. 5 kampung also another 500, 4 kampungnya, jadi 1.3 million. You know why I agree? Sebab COVID-19. Kerana orang punya pendapatan affected by COVID-19. Kita tolong di bawah BKSS Sarawak Pusayat. Kerana GPS sangat sayang sama orang sini, okay, we approve 1.3 million.
On the same note, Minister of Utility Dato' Sri Dr. Stephen Rundi Utom says the fund is very significant and practical in implementing a more focused and systematic agriculture program.
Paling penting kawasan ini adalah kawasan yang cukup membangun dari segi pertanian dan sebagainya. Dulu musim paper atau lada hitam, kawasan inilah yang paling memberikan revenue yang paling tinggi. Sekarang kelapa sawit kawasan ini juga yang sentiasa.
Untuk makluman Dewan Yang Mulia ini, semasa pentadbiran sebelum ni, terdahulu sejumlah 101 projek atau perolehan yang bernilai 6.61 bilion ringgit telah diluluskan secara rundingan terus oleh Kementerian Kewangan.
A commotion ensued in the August House on Monday as words were exchanged between lawmakers from both sides of the political divide. Finance Minister Datuk Seri Tengku Zafrul Aziz revealed that the government under Pakatan Harapan had awarded 101 projects amounting to 6.61 billion ringgit through direct negotiations. The details had caused an uproar at the Dewan Rakyat.
The issue sparked controversy due to Pakatan Harapan's claim of being transparent and accountable, as well as not practicing unethical direct negotiations. Tengku Zafrul was replying to a question from Datuk Sri Ahmad Mazlan.
The Northern Region Development Agency is committed to spearhead Limbang's development in realizing the people's aspirations. This includes building a road network and focusing on socio-economic, tourism and entrepreneur development. Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan said the agency under the Regional Corridor Development Agency Recorda is tasked to implement the infrastructure developments in Limbang and Lawas.
Projek yang kita lancarkan pada hari ini ialah untuk pembinaan jambatan jalan baru dari Bukit Lubuk ke Kampung Seberang Kedai. Dan ini dijangkakan akan siap dalam tempoh 18 bulan bermula daripada bulan Ogos 10 hari bulan di mana kerja-kerja sudah pun dimulakan. Jumlah kontrak ialah sebanyak 16,796,000 ringgit Malaysia. Panjang jalan ini ialah 3.7 kilometer.
Commenting further, the agency have been granted a total of 165 projects costing 1.5 billion ringgit over the next 2 years. Awang Tengah said out of all the agency's projects, 2 have been completed, while the rest are still ongoing.
Yang sudah award kepada kontraktor sebanyak 21 projek, about to be awarded 70 dalam tendering stage 20 dan 52 di peringkat design dan planning yang sudah siap 2 projek.
From a socio-economic development perspective, a centre for entrepreneurs have been constructed in order to provide a conducive platform for local businesses and to showcase their product.
4 clusters have officially ended with no new positive cases reported today. The 4 clusters have come to an end after recording no cases for 28 days since its last.
The clusters are the Kuching Engineering Company Cluster, Sentosa Cluster, Melbourne POI Cluster and Sato Market Cluster. Sarawak Disaster Management Committee in a statement said the remaining active clusters are the Mambung Cluster and Alam Cluster at 7 respectively. With no positive COVID-19 cases today, the total number of positive cases in the state remain at 696.
The Health Ministry has recommended to National Security Council to extend the Recovery Movement Control Order beyond August 31st. Its Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Adham Baba said that the recommendation follows the World Health Organization's forecast that the COVID-19 outbreak may last for at least 2 years.
According to Adham, the 2-year period is a long time and various efforts have been implemented by the government, including embracing new norms to enable people to understand the common needs to address the spread of the virus. Adham said the ministry would continue to implement active tracking through the MySejahtera application and use the customer record books to identify individuals involved in the COVID-19 clusters.
As the Recovery Movement Control Order is nearing its end, many have expressed hope that it will be extended as the fight against COVID-19 is still on. The extension is seen as a precaution to curb the escalation in the level of risk posed by the virus.
I agree to MOH that the RMCO should be extended because the pandemic is not fully cured and there are still new positive cases happen daily.
I believe so, yes, because first of all, we need to keep ourselves disciplined with the RMCO. And second thing is, with this kind of thing, I also believe that this will be able to break the COVID-19 pandemic chain.
Yes, I do agree, because the civilians are very stubborn. Also, even the parliament member, he did not comply to the SOP when he came back from Turkey. So what more to say for the civilians? So yes, I think RMCO should be implied again until the number of cases becomes 0 for at least 14 days. Yeah.
Kami rasa PKP harus dilanjutkan. Kerana apa? Kerana bagi memastikan COVID-19 itu hapus sepenuhnya, walaupun pada dasarnya COVID itu masih akan hapus ataupun hilang secara serta-merta, tapi at least pada masa itu kita dapat mengawal penyebaran COVID-19 itu. Jadi dengan adanya PKP itu ia sebanyak membantu pihak kerajaan dalam memastikan penularan wabak 19 itu dapat dikawal secara berperingkat.
I guess RMCO should be extended because it will make life easier to do a contact tracing. However, I would love to see just one app to be used for every premise, because nowadays too many apps.
Sarawak Sukma squad has took up the call by the Minister of Youth and Sports, Dato' Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, as the squad prepares for the games to be held in Johor next year. State Sukma Team Coordinator Chief Philip Jabu says preparation is in tune. with players from Sarawak United and Kuching FA and Sarawak Youth forming the squad.
Dan dengan harapan kita cukup tinggi pada ketika ini kerana kita menyambut seruan kerajaan kita ataupun Menteri Belia dan Sukan kita, Datuk Karim, di mana kita ingin ataupun kita berusaha untuk berada di podium ketika berada di Sukma di Johor untuk Sukma kali ini, di mana kita memang punya sasaran yang agak tinggi dan untuk menaikkan ranking ataupun ranking bola sepak kita di peringkat Sukma, di mana kita telah pun lama tidak berada di podium dan harapan kita.
According to Philip, several trial matches will be held this September. In addition to revealing the Sarawak squad lineup, the squad will also participate in the Borneo Cup, which is expected to take place at the end of this year.
And that's all from me, Emmanuel Ruben. Anytime, anywhere.